Welcome to Sinister Heroes. I'm your host, Danny Iniquitous. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, this is a channel about Dungeons and Dragons where we try and take a darker tone with everything we do here. So if you like edgier kind of content, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. What you do for us is absolutely amazing. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, and I encourage you to do so, the link is in the description, as well as a link to our good friends at Critical Failures. Check us out Wednesday nights for a live stream game that we are a part of. With all that out of the way, we're going to talk about the Master of Chaos, the most fun subclass, the Wild Magic Sorcerer. Oh, if you like chaos, this is a fun subclass. There is just so few things that are this much fun as the Wild Magic Sorcerer. I love playing this subclass. Now, it comes from the Player's Handbook. This is crazy. Player's Handbook came with only 2 Sorcerer subclasses. It was wild. This is fun, and if you're like me, you're really going to enjoy the chaos that you can just envelop around you. First thing is first, talk to all of your players during session 0, especially if you're starting at a level 1 campaign. Because you can kill the entire party in your first spell, just totally by accident. It's the truth. And it's important that they understand that risk, because it is something that definitely has to be told, because that would really upset me if I wasn't the sorcerer. But I'm usually the sorcerer, so that's kind of my thing. And the reason why I say that is because of Wild Magic Surge. Starting when you choose this origin, your spellcasting can unleash surges of untamed magic. Once per turn, the DM can have you roll a d20 immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell at first level or higher. If you roll a 1, roll on the Wild Magic Surge table to create a magical effect. If that effect is a spell, it is too wild to be affected by your meta magic, and if it normally requires concentration, it doesn't require concentration. In this case, the spell lasts for its full duration. Now, understand, the reason why I say that is because one of the rolls that you can cast, if you get a 7 or an 8, is you cast a 3rd level fireball centered on yourself. That will definitely kill everyone in that area. And not just make you unconscious, I mean death. I mean, you've taken double your hit point maximum, you are dead. The way Wild Magic Surge occurs doesn't seem like a lot, just because you have to randomly have the DM decide to make you roll on this. And once I cover the other ability you get at first level, I'll explain to you kind of what I worked out with my DM and why it was so awesome. Your second ability is Tides of Chaos. You also get this at first level. You can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Once you do so, you must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. Any time before you regain use of this fixture, the DM can have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a spell of first level or higher. You then regain use of this feature. I told my DM that I wanted to roll on that Wild Magic Surge table as often as humanly possible. I would do anything to get that to happen, no matter what. And my DM was super cool. He's actually one of my best friends. I've known him my entire life, really literally since preschool. Like, I love this guy. So he granted that ability to us, and it was so much fun. I abused Tides of Chaos, because anytime I had a spell or anything that gave me the availability to roll an attack roll, I used Tides of Chaos to gain advantage. I don't care if I hit or not, I wanted that Wild Magic Surge so much. So whenever you hit with Tides of Chaos, it resets Tides of Chaos after you've rolled on the Wild Magic Surge table. Full disclosure, the Wild Magic Surge table, as far as percentage goes, is way more beneficial to you than it is to the enemy. It's about like maybe 60-40 percentage wise that good things or non-harmful things happen to you. But it's all non-harmful things being like things that don't kill you or hurt you. Just kind of change some of the circumstances around your character, maybe your appearance, things like that. Somehow you have to do certain things, or how you look, or how you act. Some things turn you into a potted plant, some things cast fog clouds, some things just teleport you, and then sometimes your all your spells with a casting time of 1 action are now a bonus action. Like, it's wild. Some of them are so great, and some of them are so bad, and some of them are just random. Sometimes you just summon a unicorn. Just poof, there it is, and then no one kind of really knows what to do. You can increase your size, but some of them are detrimental, like turning yourself into a potted plant, fireballing your entire party and killing everyone, casting confusion centered on yourself. Like, there's a lot of great things happening, and it's good and it's bad, and sometimes it's just kind of a practical joke played on you, but it's the most fun you'll have. I cannot express how great and slot machine like this is. So if you like highs and lows and randomness, definitely talk to your DM about being able to hit that wild magic surge as often as possible and abuse Tides of Chaos and make it happen. At 6th level, you gain Banned Luck. You have the ability to twist fate using your wild magic. When another creature you can see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points, roll a d4, and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty to the creature's roll. You can do this after the creature rolls, but before any effects of the roll occur. There are very few abilities that are like this, because there's like Bane and things like that that would reduce the amount of your roll by a certain number, by a rolled number. This stacks with that. So you wait for all those effects to happen, and then if it's a really important spell or ability or whatever it is, make this bend luck and make sure it lands. If you could polymorph the big bad lich into a potted plant for a round, you will decimate that fight. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Ability checks, again, depending on what you're doing and where you are, that might help. Attack rolls. Just to save someone's life can make that big of a difference that it could be worth it. Sorcery points is something you're going to have to get used to the idea of spending, because if you spend them or consume spell slots to get them back and get used to that ebb and flow of balancing them, you really get a finer appreciation of the liquidity of the sorcerer, and that's kind of where some of the fun and the magic comes from, is being able to kind of juggle that plate of like, all right, I'll just spend these and I'll just eat all those, and then I'll spend those and I'll turn that into this and then do this, and it becomes more creative, and you gain more of a fluidity with magic, and it changes how you think about magic. When it finally hits and you really get meta magics down and how to use them and how to use sorcery points, like playing another caster is just like, well, no, this isn't what I want to do. And it's fun, and it can be really, really enticing to do. At 14th level, you gain Controlled Chaos. You gain a modicum of control over the surges of your wild magic. Whenever you roll on the wild magic surge table, you can roll twice and use either number. Again, the majesty of wild magic. It's awesome. Anything that gives you more abilities to use it is even better. Again, Controlled Chaos, totally dependent on your DM, because DMs can be like, nah, and not make it as interesting or as frequent. And the frequency of Wild Magic Surge is a big part of it. Your final ability at 18th level is Spell Bombardment. The harmful energy of your spells intensify. When you roll damage for a spell and roll the highest number possible on any of the dice, choose one of those dice, roll it again, and add that roll to the damage. You can use this feature only once per turn. Now, here's the thing. Most spells, when you upcast them, only get one additional die of damage. You can only cast one spell per turn. One level spell per turn. So this makes all of your damaging spells one level higher than you would normally cast it, which is a very cool concept. Personally, 18th level is a huge undertaking to get to. Just super hard to get to. one of the bigger issues with the sorcerer is you're never going to see that. There are a bunch of campaigns that end at 16th level, so you will get controlled chaos, which does work. DMs are more likely to make homebrew campaigns that last really, really long to go up to 16th level than they are to make them up to 20th level. It also is DM dependent. Maybe your DM is just awesome. He's just like, yo, we're going 20 level every time. But that's super DM dependent, and I can't really speak to that on a huge platform because I've only ever done it once, and I've been playing D&D a really long time. But you don't need to hit max level to enjoy the game. Upping the spell casting of all your damaging spells is very, very cool. I kind of wish spell bombardment and controlled chaos swap places because I want that randomness. The wild magic surge, and I can pick the better of the two. As fun as it is, I still want to just not have that choice. I want it to be that random. I want that sweet, sweet, sweet chaos. But again, it all depends on your DM and how you negotiate things. The most important thing is to get as much wild magic surges as humanly possible. I don't care what you have to do, what you have to promise, what insane things you have to do. But really, really go for it. Because it is amazingly fun. And I cannot for the life of me imagine a circumstance where you're playing this subclass and you just never get to do it and not wanting to just tear your DM in two. Wild Magic Sorcerer is one of my favorite subclasses to play. It is just so chaotic and just untethered to reality. You can be so off the wall. Your characters can be crazy. You cannot control your power. That's what this is. That's the beauty of it. That's the majesty of being insane. If you want to be a crazy character, this is a great opportunity for a crazy character because not having a grasp on reality really, really works well with being very powerful and no idea what you're doing. Do whatever you can to get as many wild magic surges. That's what you want. And I cannot tell you how much fun that is. That being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. This subclass is amazing. Play it immediately. Tell me the stories of your wild magic surges and if they saved or ruined your campaign or what did happen or what great thing happened in tandem with it. Big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Big thank you to our good friends at Critical Failures. Definitely check us out Wednesday nights for a live stream game that we're a part of. If you've enjoyed the content, definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you for giving a spooky kid a chance.